In this lesson, we're going to implement the scoring system, and we're also going to add a couple of in-game sounds along with a kill player function. So we're going to start off by checking the inspector for the main camera, and as you can see, I added a couple of audio sources here. So we got a jumping sound, we got a power-up sound, and we also got a die sound. We also have a new script called play sound, and that's where we're going to start. This is going to be a rather short script, but we're going to add an array of audio sources. So let's do a private audio sources, do this as an array, and just going to call it audio source. And in the start function here, we're going to address this as this. And then we're going to get all the components. So I'm going to do get components, audio source. So the audio source now contains all three sounds. And what we have to do now is create a public function called play sound that other script can access and play one of the sounds. So we're going to do this one public void play sound, and we're going to send in a string here with the type. So all we need to do here is create a switch case statement to check the type. So case jump, we're going to play the first sound in the audio source. Dot play, and then we're going to break it up. Then we're going to do a case power. And we're going to play the second sound there. And break it up. And then we'll have a third one. Loop, a little bit too fast there. It's going to be called die. And there we go. The third sound. Just gonna break this one as well and set a capital P there, and the function is ready, or the whole script is actually ready now. So we're gonna move over into the level creator script. We want to check whether or not the player is still on stage. Let's create an out of bounds Y threshold and compare that to the player's height position. So we're going to do a private float out of bounds Y, and we're also going to create a reference to the player. So that will be a game object. I'm just going to call that player, and we're going to set those values here at start. So the out of bounds Y will be, we can use the setup position actually, and just offset it by a small number, let's say 3.0. And the player, that one will be just game object find player. There you have it. We got our threshold and we got our player. And all we have to do now is just go to the fixed update and create a little if statement here, saying that if the player dot transform dot position dot y, if that value is less than our y threshold, player has fallen off stage and we need to restart the game. So we're going to create a function called kill player here. And we're going to do a couple of things in this one. First of all, I'm going to add the application load level 0, and that will basically be the thing restarting everything. So let's go into the scene here and press play. And if we miss the jump, hopefully it will restart. Yeah, there we go. So let's go back to the script here. And once we're dead, we actually want to see if we had created a new high score. So I'm going to go ahead and address the score handler here. We find that one in the main camera as well. So I can go by this dot get component, and it will be the score handler. And we have something there called save high score or send to high score that we created before. And we're also going to add a couple of points. The idea here is to actually add a point every time a new right tile is spawned. So we will have 1 point for each platform that's created. I'm going to use the same call here, but this time I'm going to do points and just add 1 point each time. So there you go. We're going to go back to the script again, or to the scene again, press play. Let's see, we're getting added points, and let's see if I can make it past the high score there. So I got 6 points, I'm dying, and the high score is 6. So that one works. And now we're going to implement a couple of sounds. I'm going to start in the create script, since we actually need to add score here as well. I'm going to start addressing that one, since create 3 is only giving us a couple of points more. I'm going to do game object, and I need to find the main camera here. No, actually, I'm just going to look. I think the create script is also located here on the main camera. Nope, it's not. Okay, we're going to do the game object dot find main camera, and we're going to get the component called score handler. And we're going to do points plus equals 10. So it will be a rather big reward if you get to catch the green crate. And if you catch any of the crates, we're going to play the sound. So I'm just going to go ahead and do game object dot find. We're going to find the main camera again. And this time we're going to get the component called play sound. And the function play sound. We're going to send in the power string there. And I'm just gonna copy paste this. We're gonna move over to the enemy script. Since when the player collides with the enemy, we're gonna play the die sound. And we're gonna move over to the player handler script and play a jumping noise or a jumping sound when people are jumping. So there you go. Let's move back to the scene here. Press play. We got a sound. Oh, let's die as well. And we're dead. So the sound is in. And it seems to work fine. In the next lesson, we're going to address a couple of small gameplay fixes, and then we're going to upload the game to an iPhone.